I'd like to welcome all of my fellow interns here with me today on behalf of learning a little bit more about me and my story on how I furthered my career in psychology. I'm here in hopes of making you guys a little bit more confident and giving you guys some feedback from a real perspective on something that I do on a day-to-day basis and something that you guys are interested in, as I'm sure, because you are here today. I'm going to be covering personal aspects, academic aspects, and career aspects during this presentation, and some of the nitty-gritties that I just thought would be most useful and helpful to you guys in leading you in the right direction in your career. In psychology, of course. So I'm going to start with my personal purposes. And now that's, of course, you think a personal purpose is what am I here to do? So basically, my purpose statement is simply being someone wanting to help another person and making a career out of it. Meaning, when I was younger, I dreamed of just doing this and just being able to sit in an office and talk to someone about what they need to speak about and helping somebody and being there, giving the advice. So that is kind of my purpose overall in my life, I think. Now, there's a very clear connection between my values, my interests, my strengths, and my goals. They all go, pretty much hand in hand. But when you go into further detail, my values are I value the time that I spend with my clients, and I value the words that they say to me. And I'm just interested in the different aspects of a human, brain and the different behaviors that they show and they progress. And I just am very interested overall in it. My strengths are I'm very strong in the areas of speaking with clients and knowing what to say and what not to say, and kind of just having that strong mindset on let me help them without kind of letting this get into my head really quickly. My goals are just, I'm 10 years ago, I dreamed of where I would be today, and I am where I dreamed of being. But, obviously you can always be better and pursue your career further. So that is what I will choose to do. That is what I want to do. I took this career test back in my freshman year of college in my SLS class, and this kind of just asked me a few questions on my interests, my goals, my strengths, and it kind of gave me results that looked exactly like what I wanted my future to look like. It gave me a psychological career. It said that I was great with persuading and speaking. And overall, I just think that test helped me out in general. And I really recommend it to all of you guys who are interested in, maybe you don't want to pursue a career in psychology, but you don't know what you want to do. I definitely recommend you leave this room and you go take one of those tests, because it helped me be where I am today. Knowing my purpose in life and being able to find it while I was young definitely helped me out. I know that it's not the case for, a lot of people, but definitely just, knowing that purpose made me strive to pursue a career in what I love doing on an everyday basis. And it doesn't even feel like a job to me because it is what I love to do. So now moving into the academic part of things, I know this is where everybody says, oh, I just don't want to go through school. Of course, I could not have gotten here without schooling and degrees. I know most of you are either in college right now or you have graduated. So I started out at Valencia College and I obtained my associate's degree in my first 2 years there. I transferred on to UCF, which is also located in Orlando, Florida, and I got my bachelor's degree. And then I furthered myself and my education, and I got my master's at UCF as well. So I'm going to go over the big elephant in the room, which everybody has probably been wanting me to go over, which is the college prices, and it is so expensive, and I know that. Personally, I spent about $6,000 earning my associate's degree. I spent about $25,000 earning my bachelor's, and I spent about $22,000 on my master's. So I know it's like, oh my God, this is so much money. What can I do? Just wait. My associate's was about 2 years, my bachelor's was 4, and my master's was 2 again. So I was lucky enough personally to have a Florida prepaid account put away for me to pay for my schooling. And this is not the case for a lot of you, and I know that. So aside from what everybody always says about loans and student loans, don't pull them out because you won't be able to pay them back. Don't listen to that. You do what you have to do. And if you feel confident in paying that student loan back, I recommend you do that. Don't just off the schooling because it's too expensive, because that's not the key to success. And obviously school is not the key to success, but it will kind of lead you in a direction to success more than if you were just to be doing nothing. So I really want to just thank a few resources that I had during my first 2 years at Valencia College, which is what made me really believe that I can do this. The Office of Disabilities did a great job at accommodating me in ways that I needed to be accommodated, like my testing, getting notes, and all of these things are things that I struggled with and made me think I won't be able to further my schooling or even my career because I can't get through school. But what was so important to me is that they took the time to care and accommodate me, and which is what made me be where I am today. And just getting that foundation of those first 2 years leading off strong was absolutely great, and I thank them so much for that. So moving into my career pathway. So after I got my master's degree, my Aunt Cheryl actually asked me, who has her own practice in psychology too, she actually asked me if I'd like to be an intern at her office before I started my career. So my favorite part about this internship was the broad picture that I painted in my head of what my office would look like and be like. I joined some appointments with the client's consent, of course, and it was truly just fascinating for me to realize how lively this space is and how lively I could make it. I became licensed shortly after that, and I looked into the next steps that I could take. I was meeting with numerous people, and in the time that I was meeting with those people, I actually opened up my own office. Now, I'd like to give you guys a day-to-day description on what I do. Now, I normally go into the office around 7 a.m. and I meet with my first client around 9, which leaves me the morning to get some coffee, get some lunch or breakfast, and just kind of clean up the office or file any papers that needed to be filed. Now, I tend to meet with 7 to 10 clients a day, and I try to leave the office by 8 o'clock at night to get back home to my family and, just rejuvenate from the day so it's not too late. Now, there are some skills that I really think need to be shown when it comes to this job. You're going to get all sorts of patients with varieties of issues, and it's very important to stay strong in those type of situations with your client. Not just for you, but with your client, it's very important to stay strong. Now, what you hear could be terrifying, and it could be so important that you just want to take it back to your life. But you can't, because it is your office, and you have to be with your client in your office only, and just not bring their life back into your life, because that can just cause you a lot of bodily harm. So now it can definitely take a toll on you, and just the key that I'm going to give you guys to a psychological career is just, being proactive and just helping other people, and just not taking it to the next level of, this is too much. So I'd love to thank all of you for listening to me on this lecture, and I wish all of you amazing luck on this internship. I hope I gave you some insight on what this job is actually like and how I got to where I am today. So there are some cookies in the back for all of you to enjoy, and I hope all of you have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much for listening.